Good afternoon. I'm Mason Sechrist, and I am honored to serve as the assistant principal here at Canfield High School. On behalf of our entire district, let me welcome friends, family, and guests of the class of 2025. We are glad you can join us for this special day. Before we begin, we ask for your cooperation on a few items. First, please save your applause until the end of this ceremony and after all the graduates have received their diplomas. We want to honor each student's moment and let their guests clearly hear their name. Next, please do not come onto the field to take pictures during the event. Platform dignitaries and faculty members will remain after the ceremony to take pictures. Finally, Canfield Schools adheres to a formal graduation ceremony. We hope that all attending will respect the decorum and protocol that such a ceremony requires. I would like to share a few interesting features of this ceremony. With regards to seating, cum laude students will be announced first by level and alphabetically. Summa cum laude students graduating with highest honors will wear gold cords. Magna cum laude students graduating with high honors will wear red and black cords. And cum laude students graduating with honors will wear red and white cords. Further, please note in the program that many of our students are designated with having earned honors diplomas, National Honor Society selection, and/or PTA academic awards. Although only locally awarded scholarships will be announced today, it is significant to note that our 2025 graduates will receive approximately $4 million in scholarships. Also, special thanks to Aunt Julie's Farm Market for the beautiful display of greenery around our podium. We are now ready to welcome the class of 2025 to the field. Again, thank you for honoring our graduates today with your time and attention.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Mark Potts, and I have the distinct honor and privilege to serve as principal of Canfield High School. On behalf of the Board of Education, Superintendent Knoll, administration, and staff, I would like to welcome you to the graduation of the Canfield High School class of 2025. I would like to acknowledge some dignitaries sitting behind me: our superintendent, Mr. Joseph Knoll, our treasurer, Ms. Patty Prince, our assistant superintendent, Mr. John Vitto, assistant principal, Mr. Mason Sechrist. Also with us today are our Board of Education Vice President, Mrs. Tracy DeCapua, and Board Member, Mr. Steve DeMilo. I would also like to recognize our two senior class advisors who have spent a tremendous amount of time organizing and overseeing all of the senior fundraisers and activities all year, including this graduation. A special round of applause, please, for Mrs. Kate Antall and Mrs. Kristen Gennaro. I would also like to point out some very important guests without which our students would not be celebrating today. The incredible teaching staff at Canfield High School and staff from all of our wonderful schools that built these students towards the celebration today. Staff, would you please stand and be recognized? We also have a tremendous support staff that is critical to all the success we achieve in many different fronts. If you are support staff, secretaries, parapros, maintenance, custodians, bus drivers, or food service workers, please stand and be recognized. At this time, would everyone please rise as you're able, as Senior Travis Mills leads us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, our senior class president, Mr. Andrew Helmick, will now offer the invocation.
Good afternoon. To the staff, the Board of Education, families, and friends, welcome. To the parents holding on to your tissues and the siblings holding on to your yawns, thank you for being here. I promise today will be worth staying awake for. And to the extraordinary class of 2025, we've finally made it. Today marks more than just the turning of a tassel. Today marks the closing of a chapter, one written with late nights, early mornings, quiet defeats, and profound triumphs. Today marks the beginning of another chapter, one whose content is still unknown. Graduation is not just a ceremonial milestone. It's a testament to resilience, drive, and growth. It honors the completion of many years defined by personal development and collective effort. But before we step forward, let's take a step backward to reflect on the journey that brought us to this point. After all, we're not able to walk across the stage today with our hands open to receive our diplomas solely because of the diligence and purpose we put into all our work in high school. We're also here because of the support of families, friends, and teachers who have been the foundations of our adventures. I'm sure we all had moments that made us wonder why we took the paths we did, why we signed up for that extra class instead of a study hall, why we signed up for one club instead of another. But here we are, older, smarter, and wiser than when we started. We came in as what we believed were high schoolers. We copied each other's jokes, style, and maybe even a few homework assignments. Back then, conformity felt like the safest path forward. But things have changed. We've taken risks, discovered new interests, found new perspectives, and formed opinions that are truly our own. High school has become more than just a place to fit in. It's a place to stand out. Today, we don't just celebrate finishing our high school experience, we celebrate the development that we saw throughout it. Likewise, we all came in with different goals and expectations. For some, it was academic achievement. For others, it was personal growth, new relationships, or just learning to navigate each new day as it came to us. Regardless of what those hopes looked like, one thing has remained true for all of us. We've all still faced challenges. Some expected, others not as much. Whether it was getting up too late in the morning to get your cold brew from Starbucks or finding out the exam was harder than you expected it to be, we've all been tested in unique ways. But now, as we leave the world of AP and ACT and endless other tests that define so much of our high school experience, we're moving on to bigger and better things, choosing our own futures, and maybe getting some more sleep, but probably not. Nonetheless, amid the turbulent whirlwind of uncertainties that high school presented, one thing remained constant: advice, and a lot of it. From parents, teachers, mentors, and of course the omnipresent inspirational posters attached to the walls of every classroom in that building with blue painter's tape, it always showed up whether we asked for it or not. Some we followed, some not as much, and some we still don't fully understand. But if I could leave one lasting thought for the class of 2025, it's this: reach high even when it feels easier to play it safe. Take bold chances even when the outcome is merely a conjecture. And when you fail, and you will at times fail, fail forward, don't fail backward. Let every misstep carry you not just toward success, but toward growth. Let it lead you closer to who you are and who you want to be, not who the world expects you to be, and certainly not to who someone else already is. Every beginning has an ending, but every ending offers a chance to begin again, wiser, bolder, and more fully yourself. So today, just pause. Look around at the faces of the people with whom you've shared all these past years of your life. These aren't just your classmates. They're real people who've grown up beside you, laughed with you, struggled with you, and shaped your life as you have for them. Let yourself feel the weight of this moment, not just the celebration, but the gravity of what it represents. Soon, today will just live as a memory, but the best memories aren't always the loudest or the most glamorous. They're the ones we fully lived and held on to while we had them. So hold on to this one. Let it mark the end of something meaningful and the beginning of something new and entirely your own. There's so much waiting ahead of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. We're now going to hear a selection from our choir. At this time, I'd like to recognize and introduce our superintendent, Mr. Joseph Null.
Thank you, Dr. Potts. Members of the school board, central office staff members, our parents, special guests, and especially those of you seated in front of me, our graduating seniors. It's my special honor as your superintendent to welcome you to commencement ceremonies for the Canfield High School class of 2025. Today we gather to celebrate the achievements of an extraordinary class, one that's shown resilience, determination, and heart. This year's district theme of Stronger Together could not be more fitting. It reminds us that success is rarely a solo journey. Behind every diploma being handed out today is an amazing group of individuals. As Dr. Potts says, we need to start with our teachers that have invested so much time and energy all the way back to those elementary days when you were about yay big, right, working on tests, grading papers, but most importantly, making relationships and connections with all of you. Stronger together. Our district administrative staff, those folks behind me, our support staff, the bus drivers that carry the Cardinals, secretaries, our lunch ladies, custodians, educational assistants, also play a big role of getting you here today. I have a great amount of respect for these individuals, and this is another group that helps us be stronger together. Finally, graduates, I'd be remiss not to mention one more group of Cardinals that probably had a pretty big influence on your life. You know who I'm talking about? Whitney? Yeah, AJ, I heard you. All of you up in the stands. So I want to take this opportunity to thank our parents, grandparents, family, and friends. Thank you for everything you've done to mold these fine young men and women into what we have in front of us today, and for your continuing support for this school district. You have helped us become stronger together. Today we're going to celebrate the remarkable achievements of this class of 2025. Graduates, your academic, your athletic, and artistic achievements not only showcase all your talents, but embody the spirit of who you are. That brings me here. This is a three-legged stool for a purpose. Those 3 A's, academics, arts, athletics. This is what made Canfield so strong. This is balanced, it's stable, it is strong, and it symbolizes the well-rounded education that you get here that makes Canfield like no other. And also it's heavy, so I gotta put it down. So let's talk about the academic piece. Dr. Potts, Mr. Sechrist told us this. Canfield High School earned a 5-star designation on our state report card, the highest you can get. The only high school in Mahoning County to say such things. In addition to that, the Canfield Local School District as a whole received a 5-star rating on our report card. Once again, the only school district in the county to say that. This high school had an amazing performance index score, which takes a look at all the state tests that we take. Those rankings placed us in the top 2% in the state. And today, in a few minutes, we're going to honor 48 of you with our highest academic honors. Let's take a look at the next leg here, all right? So this leg right here talks about athletics. Mr. Beam has weighed in. Our athletic director, we have 19 state qualifiers, 4 state places, 5 league championships, 3 league runner-ups, and most recently, our 3rd district championship due to our awesome baseball team. I saw Coach Weimer somewhere in here walking in, but I want to wish Coach good luck, our baseball team, and the seniors that are playing. We're going to take care of business on Tuesday night over in Canton. In addition, 19 student athletes named all-conference, 66 all-district, 24 all-state, 13 students that have signed letters of intent to continue their careers in college. In that final leg on that stool, arts. Mr. Hoops, Mr. Graff, Ms. Antos weighed in. Our art students participated in the Youngstown State and ESC art shows, 3 national qualifiers, multiple state qualifiers, Best in Show, Gold and Silver Key Awards, and some amazing art shows here in the district. Mrs. Mullins, who's in the house, reports that our 1 octave higher received a superior rating at districts and an excellent rating in the state choir competition. The Chamber Choir received a superior rating in both the district and state competition. The high school choir also had 10 students participate in the OMEA Honors Choir, and 9 participated in solo and ensemble competition, earning ratings of excellent and superior. Mr. Bonamaze and the band reports that the concert band earned superior ratings at both the district and state competitions, and the symphonic band also earned superior at both competitions as well. We had one student make all-state band, and another one earned all-state orchestra. In all, 38 of you competed at the OMEA solo and ensemble competition, with 34 of you getting the highest rating, superior. We witnessed some great performances on the stage, and finally, coming to Canfield was Grease. Grease is always the word. My favorite musical of all time. They did a great job with that. Our robotics team, the Circuit Birds, qualified for the state tournament, competed in Cleveland. Dr. Potts and I were able to be there. Pittsburgh and Alabama. Mr. Hamilton, who's also in the house, reports that our speech and debate team finished 10th in the state, our 15th top 10 finish in 17 years, and produced 1 state champion and 22 state qualifiers. All amazing examples, young people, of stronger together. And let yours truly weigh in. You participated in numerous mental health awareness programs and community service projects. And you participated in Champions Day, which many of you know is near and dear to my heart, as we welcomed all kinds of kids with special abilities to Canfield for that day. You faced challenges no other generation has seen: shifting landscapes in education, social change, global uncertainty. And yet you've adapted, you supported one another, and you thrived. Being stronger together means knowing that our differences make us better, not divided. It means lifting each other up, listening, learning, and leading with love and compassion. It's a lesson that doesn't just stop here at high school. It's going to go on to your future, your new communities, and your world. So as you flip that page to what's next, college, career, service, maybe some discovery, remember this: no matter how far you go, your strength is magnified by those you choose to walk beside. Now, Mr. Vito always loves a good aphorism, and he asked me to repeat that again. I'm going to say it one more time, young people. No matter how far you go, your strength is magnified by those you choose to walk beside. Choose wisely, Cardinals. Congratulations, class of 2025. You're not only ready, you are stronger together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll, for that inspiring message and for that great advice. We certainly have a lot to be proud of here at Canfield High School. At this time, it gives me great honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Meredith Mimi McNally is a board-certified gastroenterologist with the Cleveland Clinic. A proud 1995 graduate of Canfield High School, Dr. McNally went on to earn her Bachelor of Science undergraduate degree at Youngstown State University, and then her medical doctorate at Northeastern Ohio Medical University. Upon graduating, she wanted to fulfill her internal medicine residency and gastroenterology and hepatology fellowship studies at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. She has proudly served the gastrointestinal needs of the Youngstown-Warren area for over 15 years. She recently rejoined the Cleveland Clinic Gastroenterology Division in Akron, Ohio. Throughout her career, she's earned numerous teaching awards and has been published and featured in several medical journals and textbooks, and proudly served in many administrative positions pertaining to medical staff affairs, including Chief of Staff and Board Chair. Dr. McNally is also the founder of Empowerment, a community for women in medicine designed to offer support and ways to enrich each other while navigating through their own personal journey. She has always had a strong interest in sports, having played basketball and softball here at CHS, and currently plays tennis competitively. She finds enjoyment in traveling, watching and playing tennis, and spending time with her friends and family. She currently resides in Hudson, Ohio, with her husband, Jeffrey Risnar, and their 2 daughters, Marin, 12, and Kira, 11. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. McNally.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, I just want to say this has been a beautiful start to graduation, from the national anthem to the invocation to the musical pieces to everyone who has spoken up here on stage. I'm not sure you needed someone like me today. It's been beautiful. I want to thank you for the introduction, Dr. Potts. So it's very difficult for me to find the words to describe how excited and how humbled I am to be here speaking with all of you today. I would like to thank the administration and faculty of Canfield High School, especially Superintendent Knoll, Assistant Superintendent Vito, Principal Dr. Potts, and Assistant Principal Sechrist. Parents, guardians, family, and friends of all the graduates today, I want to personally thank you as well. I know the unspoken and unseen amounts of hard work, sweat, and sometimes even tears that went into helping these young men and women reach their goals and shine today. I would also like to thank Ms. Tara Kalina, who reached out to me to be speaker today. I owe a great deal to Canfield High School. Mr. Kay, Mr. Polkovich, Mr. Wolf, Mrs. Vivakwa, and many others, including students, many of whom are here in the audience today with children graduating. Beth Fleming, I don't know if you're out there, but I wanted to say thank you for welcoming me here 32 years ago. I was a transfer student from the school down the road, and those years remain some of my happiest memories, and I am forever grateful for the many lessons learned right here on this field, within that building, within that gym, and in those very halls. From the moment I walked through the doors at Canfield High School, I was forever changed, and I left forever a Canfield Cardinal. To be honest, though, I never expected to be standing here giving you this speech. Though I've learned by now, life loves to surprise you with the unexpected. Plot twists make any good story or any good journey great. I have to give a shout out to my husband, Jeffrey Risnar, who is typically the speech giver in this family, and he did not disappoint. He was the alumni speaker at the Ursuline High School graduate this year, so we have to make my applause louder because we are a competitive family. I didn't expect to have dueling graduation speeches. He and our daughters, Marin and Kira, have not only helped me hone this speech, but have provided me more love and support than I could ever have expected. And I love you 3 more than you will ever know. But let's get down to the real reason why we are here today, the honorees, the 2025 graduating class of Canfield High School. Congratulations, you have reached your goal. It took hard work, support, and maybe a few breakdowns over homework, prom dates, bad calls by the ref. The list of challenges could go on, but here you are, ready to step into your next chapter. But here's the catch. The next chapter has plot twists that await you, and they aren't always enjoyable, fun, and they're certainly not always fair. It's going to be full of expectations, but after today, the expectations that await you become opportunities for you to grow, learn, and thrive on the foundation these past 4 years have provided to you. When I was here at Canfield, I was a mildly accomplished basketball player. I was blessed with the kind of height that means only one thing in basketball: point guard. For those of you that aren't basketball savvy, the point guard runs the show. They control the game, they start the plays, and they should always recognize the passing lane to give their teammate a great assist. In the spirit of my time as a student athlete, I thought I would continue this mission of a point guard by dishing out some assists to all of you, ones that will help light the path that lies ahead, as it is certain you will encounter some real challenges and oftentimes harsh expectations on your journey. While today is a huge accomplishment, your greatest teacher as you leave here will be the challenges and oftentimes the failures that you encounter. Graduates, expect failure. It is not if it happens to you, but more so when, how big, and how often. But remember that your failures produce your greatest lessons and your greatest wins. Success should not be your desired outcome as you move on from here. It should be showing up when you don't feel like it, trying your best always, adjusting to the unexpected, and being as consistent as you can be. Doing those little things, as they are the secret sauce that makes reaching your ultimate goals possible. A lack of consistency doing the little things will only bring you a lack of success. Our daughters play tennis, and only just this past weekend I was in Michigan at a tennis tournament with our oldest. We talked about goals and what would make the tournament a success. And without fail, every time I ask this question, the answer is to win. Well, girl, of course I want to win too. But you can't make winning the measure of your success. As my daughter is rapidly learning, as she encounters competition that is just as hungry and hardworking as her, you can't win without doing all the little things well. Sometimes you might execute those things perfectly and still lose. You might execute them poorly and still win. The bottom line is that you should focus on the process, not the outcome. In your lifetime, that might mean being disciplined about studying, going to the gym, working on your jump shot more than your competition, or spending late nights in the lab figuring out that impossible chemistry equation, or even taking a break and working on your human connection to others. So yes, of course you want to win, but if you focus on consistently meeting the little goals and not the main outcome of the win, guess what starts to happen? You win more often, and you win bigger, because you learn more from each failure, because you aren't discouraged, disengaged, or personally feel that you are a failure when you haven't received the desired outcome. Roger Federer, arguably one of the best tennis players of all time, won 80% of his singles matches, but he only won 54% of his points, which means he failed 46% of the time. But he won his points at the right opportunity, and failure taught him not to be afraid, but to take the opportunity in front of him and swing away. So failure is not the end of the world. It's just a new place to start from. As Winston Churchill once said, success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. Your job is to keep failing forward. And I know that sounds silly, and you've heard it twice today, but from this day forward, you have to fail forward. These failures may at times be because of your own decisions, and sometimes they will be completely out of your control. When they happen, I want you to channel your inner Zach Morris and call a timeout. And parents, that was a reference for you, because I'm old and dated myself for all of you, okay? But you could be like Ted Lasso and be like a goldfish and have a short-term memory and move on with the lessons that you learned. The situation might not be ideal, it might not be what you hope for, but it's always what you will need to grow. As my father always told me when I faced a situation that I didn't like, he would tell me, Mimi, it is what it is, but if you always do what you always have done, you'll always get what you've always got. Did you guys follow that? I didn't either till I about graduated time, but what he was telling me was when I hit the front of the rim for the 10th time hitting my free throw, I needed to bend my knees more. I needed to adjust. Okay, you can't just keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So if we can't change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves, our approach, and our mindset. Because of these lessons, expect life to be hard. I hate to break it to you, but life doesn't get easier, it gets messier. Exams, work, heartbreak, group projects with someone named Mimi or Jeff when they don't do anything. Your reward for making it through the academic standards of Canfield is greater opportunities to grow through harder challenges. Learn to handle the hard better, because it's not going to get easier. It's about you getting stronger. Muscles don't get stronger with lighter weight. So know that you have the strength in you to persevere and succeed no matter how heavy the weight life throws at you. And today is really evidence enough of that. The challenges that you face will lead to another thing that you should expect, and that's to be doubted by others and sometimes by yourself. Look, according to Canfield's 1995 girls basketball program, I'm 5'3", and that's a pretty generous stat if you've ever stood next to me. People didn't expect the type of basketball game I had or the grit that I showed, and their doubts of me always acted as my fuel, always. And you will have ample opportunity in this lifetime to fill up your own tank and prove your own doubters wrong. This will be especially true when you find success, which you undoubtedly will after today, and life will feel lonely at times. So I want to challenge each of you to build a circle of people who push you forward but pull you back, and find mentors for every part of your life, professional, family, spiritual, financial, and educational, just like you have here. Let their voices remind you that what you do in life is not who you are. While I have achieved titles and accomplishments that I'm very proud of in my academic and medical career, the greatest accomplishments of my life are the titles of mom, wife, sister, and daughter. And the voices of my family remind me every day where my value is truly defined. And though I do live to hear their voices, the most important and loudest voice that will continue to drive me forward and pick me up when I need it the most is the one that lives inside of me. So graduates, the world is noisy. You'll need to cut through the noise and hear your own voice first, always. Talk to yourself like you would a friend, no matter what is happening. Be kind to yourself, but be real and honest. No matter what, though, always be positive. Successful people don't start speaking to themselves positively after they become successful. They are successful because they have spoken to themselves positively. Use that circle of mentors and support system you have to give yourself a boost or pull yourself back to reality when you need it. When you doubt yourself, always remember that kites rise against the wind, not with it. So as you leave here today, you might be headed to a college or a university, an academy, the military, a job to gather life experience, or maybe continuing a path with a destination yet undefined. Your feelings of excitement and wonder may at some point be overshadowed by anxiety, and that's natural, and the pressures of an uncertain future. But let this beautiful, horrible, wonderful pressure and privilege of this journey that awaits shape you into the young men and women that the world needs right now. Don't panic, trust your gut, because you are wiser than you think you are. The expectations of what the world will confront you with is nothing you aren't now prepared for, right now, today. I tell my daughters before big matches or a big test, I remind them, you have all the tools that you need. As you leave the halls of Canfield High School, I hope that the words of Mother Teresa carry in your mind and heart. She said, "We have been created not just to work or earn degrees, but to love and to be loved. No matter what your journey brings, this is something the world can never, ever take away from you. You don't need a big purpose to be valuable. You don't need big wins to matter. You are here to love and be loved. Your presence alone is enough. It matters, it has purpose, and means you have already won." So class of 2025, I want you to go out there and embrace every expectation and every challenge that the world is prepared to throw at you. But do so knowing that you will be an even greater success, and most importantly, that you will thrive because of how your time here at Canfield High School has prepared you to exceed all expectations. Wow, I think that went better than even I expected. Congratulations, graduates. Canfield High School, class of 2025. Thanks.
Pretty loud. Pretty loud applause right there.
Thank you, Dr. McNally, for those words of wisdom and for coming back home to celebrate with us today. At this time, we'll hear from a member of the class of 2025, Cum Laude Society, Mr. Arnav Bide.
Good morning, and welcome to the faculty, staff, administration, family, guests, and my fellow classmates here today. Before I begin, I do have a few thank yous. First of all, of course, to my parents and family. Without their guidance and constant support, there's no chance I'd be in a position to speak to all of you here today. To my teachers, you've given me the gift of being able to expand my knowledge and learn all sorts of different topics, which will forever leave a lasting impression on me as I continue into college. To my friends and my peers in the class of 2025, it has been a long, long stretch of years. I'm proud to say that we've finally done it, and it is now time for us to take everything that we've learned over the last 12 years and take it to places across the country as we grow up. Standing where I am today, I'm tempted to think about how the me from 4 years ago would see me now. Would he be proud of me for what I've been able to accomplish academically, or would he yell at me for not maybe making the most out of my time in high school? But I think it's more important, as someone who is now a high school graduate, to instead consider where I'm going to be in another 4 years as a college graduate. My goal, as I'm sure my classmates will agree with, is to be in a place where I'm more sure of what I want out of life. Because the lucid truth is that the future is 100% up in the air, with none of us having a true grasp over what we want to achieve, what we want to invest the next 40 plus years of our lives into. I mean, to put it into my own perspective, as of right now, I'm going into school to become a lawyer. 2 years ago, I was fully committed to becoming a doctor. A few years before that, I was to be an engineer. Uncertainty is the most natural thing about life. Make one choice and your life ends up completely differently than it would have. Make one decision and your trajectory could shift entirely. It's that uncertainty that makes college such a crazy, scary reality. We're all excited, but the very fact that our lives are being fully removed from the ones that we now know makes the future unpredictable. But in a way, it's that uncertainty that makes the future incredible. As young adults, we are now being presented with the opportunity to do with our lives as we choose and step out into the world to make our own decisions that will change not only our lives, but the future of the entire world. So I think that the question becomes this: now that we have this freedom, what are the right choices to make? I think in the end, I'm led back to how I feel standing right here. The right choices to make are the ones that make you feel the least regret looking back on your life. In 40 years, when you take a good look at the life that you've lived, will your choices lead you to be proud of what you've been able to accomplish? Or would you yell at yourself for maybe not making the most out of your life? My favorite perspective on this comes from Jim Carrey, who once said that you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. We are standing at the greatest crossroads of our lives, so I urge you all to make the decisions that will bring you joy. Take the uncertain swings at your dreams and live the life that you truly want for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnav. Well done. At this time, we will have Mr. Seacrest come forward and present the local scholarships. Graduates, when your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all the recipients are recognized. We would like to thank all of the groups that have provided local scholarships to help our students as they further their education. At this time, Mr. Seacrest will announce these local scholarships.
Thank you, Dr. Potts. I have the honor and privilege to share our scholarship recipients with you. Today, we will give nearly 50 local and area scholarships totaling over $50,000. In addition, Canfield seniors have been offered millions of dollars in scholarships and will be utilizing these awards at colleges this fall. Students, please stand when your name is read. And audience, please hold your applause until the end. Again, students, please see Mrs. Antal at the very end of our commencement for your scholarship envelope. Congratulations, Amir Ali. Canfield Athletic Boosters Dick Weiss Scholarship, $1,000. Rotary Club of Canfield Scholarship, $2,000. Aline Barakat. Ken Reel Leadership Scholarship, $500. Nicholas Berardino. Michael McAuliffe Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Canfield Football Alumni Scholarship, $1,000. Isabella Biro. Canfield Lions Club Scholarship, $1,000. Marley Brandt. Karen Hummer Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Carson Croutre. Rotary Club of Canfield Bill K Scholarship, $2,000. Ken Bailey Memorial Wrestling Scholarship, $1,000. Caden Selford. Rotary Club of Canfield Harold Reed Scholarship, $2,000. Canfield Morning Basketball Scholarship, $500. Independent Order of Odd Fellows Scholarship, $2,000. Nicholas Folsom. Scholarship in memory of James and Coralie Senafani, $2,500. Micah Friedel. Outstanding Business Student Scholarship, $250. Quinn Fulmer. Compco Industry Scholarship, $1,250. Mia Gaffney. Canfield Athletic Boosters, Dick Weiss Scholarship, $1,000. Stephen F. Snodgrass Scholarship, $500. Zach George. Kyle M. Brown Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. Canfield Gridiron Club Scholarship, $750. Carly Gerst. Canfield Lions Club Scholarship, $1,000. Sean Harrington. Michael Susko Jr. and Susan B. Susko Scholarship, $750. Mark Sizer Memorial Soccer Scholarship, $750. Andrew Helmick. David Ogilvie, Outstanding Math Student, $500. Brianna Hemming. Comco Industry Scholarship, $1,250. Alexis Johnson. Karen Hummer Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Kyle M. Brown Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. Marina Koenig. Ken Reel Leadership Scholarship, $500. Angelia Latone. Canfield PTA Scholarship, $1,500. Canfield Gridiron Club Scholarship, $750. Michael LaFour. Canfield Lions Club Scholarship, $1,000. Run for Caitlin Scholarship, $1,000. Matthew Logan. Junior Women's League of Canfield Fall Market Scholarship, $1,000. Raymond McCune. Scholarship in memory of James and Coralie Senafani, $2,500. Bianca Merlin. Rotary Club of Canfield Dante Zambrini Scholarship, $2,000. Karsten Miller. Mr. and Mrs. Michael Rigo Scholarship, $500. Canfield Band Parent Scholarship, $500. Sophia Nelson. Canfield PTA Scholarship, $2,000. And Rotary Club of Canfield Service Above Self. John and Noble. Junior Women's League of Canfield Fall Market Scholarship, $1,000. Nicole Judy Kerr Memorial Nursing Scholarship, $1,500. Patty Eberth Memorial Nursing Scholarship, $2,500. Gino Pasella. Canfield Gridiron Club Scholarship, $750. Lauren Paget. Mark Sizer Memorial Scholarship, $750. Emelina Papalardo. Junior Women's League of Canfield Fall Market Scholarship, $1,000. Barbara Huberty Outstanding English Student Scholarship, $500. Canfield Band Parent Scholarship, $500. Sophia Scarmack. John A. Cafaro Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. Patty Eberth Memorial Nursing Scholarship, $500. Lucia Schaub. Canfield Gridiron Club Scholarship, $750. Drew Shapiro. James Watkins Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Catherine Simcoe. Karen Hummer Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Lauren Smallwood. Scholarship in memory of James and Coralie Senafani, $2,500. Canfield Band Parents Scholarship, $500. Samantha Zenborn. Canfield Education Association Scholarship, $1,000. Radhika Uppal. Canfield Band Parents Scholarship, $500. Anna Vanetti. Canfield PTA Scholarship, $1,500. Jenna Wilkinson. Rotary Club of Canfield Al Colson Interact Scholarship, $2,000. Scholarship in memory of James and Coralie Senafani, $2,500. Anthony Zaccoli. Junior Women's League of Canfield Fall Market Scholarship, $1,000. Again, congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Seacrest, and congratulations to all of our recipients. At this time, guests, parents, grandparents, relatives, friends, and faculty, it is with great pleasure that I present to you this amazing class of 2025. There are scholars, athletes, musicians, artists, actors, and so much more sitting before us in this class. We are truly in the presence of future greatness. Mr. Knoll and school board members, the graduates sitting before you have completed the required course of study and other requirements of the Canfield Board of Education and the Ohio State Board of Education. At this time, they may be awarded their diplomas. Mr. Jeremy Hamilton will read the names. Will the first row please rise?
Madeline Marie Accordino, summa cum laude. Arnav Kadar Bide, summa cum laude. Nicholas Eric Folsom, summa cum laude. Mia Margaret Gaffney, summa cum laude. Sean Patrick Harrington, summa cum laude. Aubrey Christine Hermes, summa cum laude. Zain Yazin Jadala, summa cum laude. Alexis Lee Johnson, summa cum laude. Michael Anthony LaFour, summa cum laude. Matthew Eric Logan, summa cum laude. Tarek Ahmad Atef Mashkaba, summa cum laude. Emily Nicole Miller, summa cum laude. Sophia Marie Nelson, summa cum laude. Emelina Sol Papalardo, summa cum laude. Hayden Spencer Price, summa cum laude. Lauren Nicole Ross, summa cum laude. Meredith Patricia Ross, summa cum laude. Lucia Marie Schaub, summa cum laude. Ezra Mark Stahl, summa cum laude. Anna Marie Vanetti, summa cum laude. Alexa Emlyn Ignazio, magna cum laude. Whitney Louise Miller, magna cum laude. Ava Lynn Milligan Millich, magna cum laude. Amir Iad Ali, cum laude. Noah Daniel Anzavino, cum laude. Nicholas James Berardino, cum laude. Maximilian Armando Billack, cum laude. Isabella Rose Byro, cum laude. Quinn Alexandria Fulmer, cum laude. Cadence Lilia Elise Elford, cum laude. Marina Ann Koenig, cum laude. Carly Faith Gerst, cum laude. Sean Patrick McFarland II, cum laude. Marissa Marie Marino, cum laude. Gianna Nicole Noble, cum laude. Karsten Hoover Miller, cum laude. Ellie Claire Poor, cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Paget, cum laude. Drew Ryan Shapiro, cum laude. Jenny Lynn Hua Yi Remus, cum laude. Radhika Nair Upal, cum laude. Lauren Kathleen Smallwood, cum laude. Catherine Nicolette Weibling, cum laude. Gage Werner Watson, cum laude. Jenna Avril Wilkeson, cum laude. Zain Ashraf Ahmed. Addison May Allen. Jenna Joelle Alexander. Fallon Kieran Amedia. Paige Nicole Allender. Jackson Canby Arders. Carson John Arfaris. Aline Barakat. Anaya and Salim Bajwa. Marley Louise Brandt. Noah Frank Benz Castronovo. Caden Christopher Brunk. Cameron Lewis Burke. Maria Renata Bonamici. Matthew Dylan Boudet. Natalie Ann Kanachi. Maya Elaine Kohal. Riley Nicholas Kupan. Isabella Marie Coral. Jason Davis Dungle. Carson Hugh Couture. Jake Vincent Delicio. Nicholas Dean DeCenzo. Anthony Elias Esper. Angelo Jacob DeLucia. Abigail Lee Fries. Christopher Lawrence Drombetta II. Quinlan Thomas Gayka. Len Lewis Vinson. Zachary Thomas George. Micah Aaron Friedel. Adam Joseph Gossain. Chester Joseph Glista. Emily Ann Gorup. Avery Michael Giuliani. Sienna Madison Harris. Avery Elijah Gordon. Olivia Taylor Hunter. Mariah Elizabeth Gotti. Connor Riley Joubert. Kaylee Elizabeth Harmon. Rania Noor Khan. Brianna Grace Hemming. Riley Lynn Corin. Nicholas Vincent Joseph. Angelia Marie Latone. Simmerdeep Kaur. Maya Rose Lazazara. Marissa Doris Klein. Jackson Roger Lindo. Rachel Irene Lamb. Sydney McGraw Lutz. Nicholas Christopher Levanti. Nicholas John Marciniak. Stephen Matthew Lunsford. Raymond James McCune. Dylan Michael Mancini. Travis Jeffrey Mills. Anthony Joseph Mandrelli. David Alexander Murphy. Bianca Marie Merlin. Aiden James O'Brien. Lauren Elizabeth Mizak. Gino Antonio Pasella. Ava Sky Nagy. Ava Marie Paris. Adam Ike Omran. Kirtan Patel. Larissa Ray Palazzi. Allison Marie Powell. Sienna Rose Pasquale. Michael J. Pampakoko. Ethan Eric Peralta. Jasmine Emerald Price. Jaylene Rose Peralta. Chase Michael David Penny. Boaz Andrew Ragstad. Ethan Edwin Rittenauer. Alyssa Marie Raptis. Joshua Ronald Runyon. Joel Thomas Rogers. Tyler William Scher. Sophia Rose Scarmack. Braden Lewis Sertich. Evan David Schrock. John Wayne Spath III. Michael Patrick Schumacher. Tanner Michael Stricko. Catherine Marie Simcoe. Luke Harvey Stabler. Samantha Nicole Zenborn. Jamie Marie Vrabel. Xavier Douglas Tate. Lena Samir Wahib. Aubrey Cecilia Vernon. Benjamin David Weaver. Kyle Alfred Watt. Kaylin Melissa Wolf. Seth Jacob Walker. Anthony Joseph Zaccoli. Cameron Lee Zanko. George Joseph Zordich III. Canfield tradition is for the class president to be the last person to graduate from the class. Our final graduate today, the president of the class of 2025 at Canfield High School, Andrew John Helmick, summa cum laude.
At this time, we ask the senior choir members to please come up to the stage and lead us in singing our alma mater. Our ceremony will conclude with the class president, Andrew Helmick, leading the class in the turning of their tassels. So, Andrew.
Class of 2025. At this time, we will partake in the turning of the tassel. On the count of 3, please turn your tassel from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Stand up and fall. Have to stand up and fall. It's all right. We got to work on that for next year. There we go.
This concludes our ceremony. Please feel free to come onto the field to take pictures. Thank you for sharing with us today.